So what percentage would you say of your clientele is calling for gray coverage? Oh wow, so such a huge part of your clientele needs great coverage. I call those my bread and butter clients. They are faithful every 6 weeks. They are not letting those sparkle lights show through at all. It's awesome that you chose Kenra because your clients are going to get amazing coverage every time they come to see you. So we talked about how our natural ash, and natural brown, how important they are to be included in your formulation for full gray coverage. So let's talk a little bit about our percentages. So if your client is 25% gray, you know that 25% of your formula needs to be that NNA or NB, and the other 75% needs to be that desired level. If your client is 25 to 50%, then half of your formula needs to be the N series, and the other half needs to be that desired level. If your client is 50 to 100% gray, then 75% of your formula needs to be that N series, and the other 25% needs to be that desired level. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why would I put so much of the N series in there if that's not the end result that the client wants? So we have to remember that gray hair is void of all pigment. So our N, NA, and NB are perfectly calibrated to put that red, blue, and yellow pigment back in there so that it can support that desired level. So say your client, smooth. Say your client is a natural level 6 and she wants to be a 6RB and she's got 25% gray. Now at this point, since we're not lifting her, we're just shifting her in tone, her underlying pigment is irrelevant. So we're just gonna ignore that for right now. But we know at 25% gray that 25% of her formula needs to be that natural series. So we want 1/4 of our 6N and then 3/4 of our 6RB. Now because we're not lifting, but we are looking for gray coverage, we still want to use our 20 volume developer. That's our go-to for gray coverage. So we're going to add in 1 ounce of 20 volume. Does that sound good? All right, now let's shake things up a little bit. Let's really stretch. Let's stretch. So say your client is, oh, give me something, something good. Oh, say your client is a natural level 5 and she wants an 8B, because everybody wants to be like a level 8 and up, right? So she's a level 5, she wants to be an 8B. And let's say she's got 50% gray. So we know at a level 8 that we're going to expose gold as her underlying pigment. So we definitely want to counteract that and neutralize it with something from our N series. So we know, thinking about the color wheel, that our Ash series is going to neutralize that gold. So we know that half of our formula needs to be what? Right, 8NA. That's going to give her a beautiful end result. And the other half is going to be 8B. Now because we're lifting 3 levels and we also want gray coverage, she has fine to medium hair. We're going to go with our 30 volume. Now if she had hair that was a little bit more coarse, we would go with our 40 volume. So we've got half of our NA, half of our 8B. We're going to do 1 ounce of our 30 volume. And she's going to process for 40 minutes so that she can get full gray coverage. And we want to process her at room temperature, no heat, so that she can get the full benefit of that balancing complex 5. So let's do one more just to make sure we're all on the same page. Let's do one that I get a lot of. So my client is a level 7. And she is living for 9 GB. She's got 25% gray hair. This is an actual person that like comes to me. So y'all are helping me out. She's got 25% gray. And we know at a level 9 that underlying pigment and we know at a level 9 that underlying pigment is, we know at a level 9 that pigment that we're going to be exposing is that yellow gold. So we know, because she's 25% gray, that 25% of our formula needs to be part of our N, NA, or NB series. Now, because she's going for more of a golden blonde, we don't want to neutralize out too much of the yellow gold because she still likes a little bit of that. So we're going to do 1/4 of our 9 N A, and then the other 3/4 is going to be our 9 G B. And because we're lifting 2 levels, she has normal hair. It's not very coarse. She's more on the fine side, but not, you know, she's pretty much got medium hair. So we're going to go with our 30 volume. So we need 1/4 ounce of 9 NA, 3/4 of an ounce of 9 GB, and 1 ounce of 30 volume. And she's going to process 40 minutes at room temperature. Easy, right? Super easy.